Good morning to all my listeners, or even just one listener. I hope you're having a good ass morning, night, evening, or afternoon. Today we are going to talk about the luteal phase, because that's the phase of my period that I'm in, and the way I organized it, luteal is the last phase. However, honestly, I feel like period should be week 4, but the period does start your cycle, even though the period is associated to like the winter, like your winter season. And honestly, ever since, like, I've sort of been cycle syncing, but I've really just been cycle tracking, because cycle syncing, at least, let's look up the definition, for me, is living according to the week I'm in, the cycle, the season I'm in. And I don't be doing that. I mean, I be doing that a little, because I be, I'd be quick to say, oh, I'm in my luteal, I need rest, you can't tell me nothing. But people do it for fertility. I ain't trying to be fertile. I mean, I'm a clot. Obviously, I'm trying to be fertile. I just don't want a child. Oh, but cycle syncing is really, they're attaching it to workouts. But it's basically adjusting routines around the phases of your menstrual cycle. And that's what I'm about. Also, on top of what you may know me as, I don't know how you found this page, but just to reiterate, I'm Fat Venus, also go by Tunde or Goddess Tunde, and basically I'm into music journalism, fashion, I model, I style outfits, and I care about women empowerment and women's health. I have PCOS. I've been fat my whole life, so this is just an outlet for me where I give my tips. Really, I don't be giving tips, I be sharing my experience, and hopefully people can learn from it or just take entertainment from it. I share sides of my life, and honestly, hopefully by like me putting myself out there, people who felt misunderstood their whole life feel understood over here. Like, we're for the people who are misunderstood, because honestly, do you even really want to be do you really want to be understood by a dickhead? Like, no offense to certain people, but I'm really big on energy, vibes, frequency, and some of us don't be on the same tune. Like, it's really a cacophony, like a disharmony when we link up, and we be trying to make shit work with people that it don't work. But back to the luteal phase, bro. And honestly, once you break your period down into just like, weeks, like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, even though ovulation is technically like the whole week, but some people it might be. It's like, bro, life is short. Life is so short. I feel like I just had my period, bro. Like, I'm confused. Like, I literally just had my period and I was coming again. Especially if your period is synced with the moon. You like another full moon, bro. We just had a full moon. Gosh. Anyways, so for the luteal phase, the priorities are, and I can make a document. I won't say what type of document it is for the now, but I'll make a document and I'll make it pretty, because I have notes already broken down by phase for the exercises you need to do based on the time of the month and I can even expand it. There's nutrition on it, and also have like what's happening on the inside of your body, what you should eat. But yeah, I feel like it's missing a little something, but knowing me is not missing shit. And people don't even want that much information. Just me go do this. That's probably what all y'all want. But I'm such a researcher anyways. So for your luteal phase, you need rest days, because endurance, like more rest days in your workout, because endurance levels are lower than in previous phases. Okay, workouts and Pilates, like yoga and Pilates to relax the body. And I would just like to add, like, I know that yoga and Pilates, mostly Pilates has been more popular, and you see people on like the machines. I've been doing Pilates for a really long time, just at home, especially with, like, I think her name is Move with Nicole. Nicole is just, she challenges you, you move your body, you feel your body. I haven't been doing my yoga in a bit, just because of the way my room is set up right now, but I will be getting back to it. Like, so you don't have to have fancy equipment or like big bucks to go and do some yoga, guys. I even found a class online, or you could get ClassPass and stuff, but because I'm from New York, everything is just, that's the one good thing about New York. There's always something to do, and it's always something to do for free. Like, I found I found online a yoga thing in the morning, and you do yoga in the park. However, it rained, so it was canceled. But I'm sure, like, I didn't even think to look it up. But why would they not host another one? That was not their first one, you know? But other workouts you can do during the luteal phase is walk at a comfortable pace. One big thing, though, that I would like to add, because I experienced it, and maybe I've talked to some of my friends and they've experienced it, is increased hunger. Also, disclaimer. Obviously, go to a doctor for real advice. Like I said, it's not advice. This is just what works for me. You know, I just have to put that disclaimer in it, because when you tell people about like health stuff, you gotta put disclaimers. Cool, boom. But increased appetite is a big one during the luteal phase. Like, this is what they call like the PMS. Say you're hungry and you're eating, and you like, give me the chocolate and give me the chips and give me a number 3 with a side of fries. Make that shake extra large. Anyways, your hunger increases because your progesterone also increases. And from my research, it says when progesterone is at its highest, it is recommended to consume more calories. So you being hungry is actually your body saying, hey, feed me. You know, like, I feel like sometimes we critique and judge ourselves because we're so attached to a body image. You know, like, we have to look a certain way at all times. Okay, and then we also need rest. Our body is calling and asking for us for rest and food. Rest and food. And I'm not saying not to be productive for a whole 2 weeks, because on your period you want to do shit neither. But obviously we've been productive. We've been. You feel me? We've been. But with this knowledge in mind, and this is really for people who is possible, like, it's just, I'm gonna continue, but then I'll give my 2 cents after. And another thing, water retention is common prior to menstruation, and the luteal phase is the phase before menstruation. Right now, I have period boobs. You know, like when your boobs just hold more water. I have them right now, and I also get like more bloated in my face. And sometimes I really hate that. I don't feel as sexy, you know? But I'm like learning to just love all the versions of myself. Like, shout out to my body for doing the damn thing. And honestly, this is where cycle syncing comes in, because what I was going to say earlier is that you can support your body before it gets to the phase that you know is going to come. I wrote a poem. I'll share it in the description. I wrote it about my period because I used to hate my period. I used to have beef, but now, like, I'll cramp, but not really. Like, it depends sometimes, but I've had worse cramps, worse periods, like really bad, like even just 6 months ago. I think 6 months ago was the last time I had a bad period. And honestly, I think that was because like I just cut people who didn't serve me off, and I started going on walks. Like I just started doing and treating myself better. But I really think it's important for all women to have a relationship with their bodies that are healthy. Because, like I was telling my friend, our bodies are our homes, and I'll be damned if I'm not comfortable in my house. And I don't know if there's really a correlation or not, probably not, but to not feeling comfortable in the womb, and then also not having a good relationship with my mom, and also not feeling safe in my own home, that has led to me not feeling safe in my body, probably on top of the other types of trauma I've acquired from just life. Like, I'm pretty sure my time in the womb was traumatic, and then on top of that, I had a traumatic life. So, you know, I think it's important for me to build a better relationship with my body. Like, I don't necessarily want kids, but the little eggs that's in my ovaries, are your eggs stored in your ovaries? I believe they are. I should know that. The little eggs that's in my ovaries, and they little as fuck too. If, for instance, I was able to be like an egg donor or something, I'm not putting myself out there, so don't kidnap me, or something like that. At least the eggs will be returned into happy babies, you know? And like, I'm a happy adult, and maybe I was a happy baby, but was I a healthy baby? Was I a protected baby? Sometimes, perhaps, you know? But basically what I'm saying is, even if I don't want kids, if one day I was to change my mind, I would want them to have a biological advantage, more of a biological advantage than I did when I was in the womb. Like, make this womb a happy home, and make my body a happy home by having a relationship with it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And I hope this video is kind of like educational, but like also a larger metaphor for, you know, winding down and connecting with yourself and living your honest truth. Like, I hope that message is superseding my yappa yappa yappa. But I'm gonna tell you guys like foods that you should eat. So you should eat foods that are rich in vitamins B and D. Oh, and magnesium is really good. It supports sleep and it helps reduce blood. And also, you could do some resistance training and body weight training. That's good at this time. So yeah, you can also eat foods rich in vitamins B and D, calcium, magnesium, and fiber. Which honestly, that sounds like every day, but this type of food is really supportive during the Luteal Phase. And it's also good to incorporate mood stabilizing food that are rich in protein. So basically, if you was on that weight training journey, that health journey, that body journey, you was probably already eating like this, but this is for the girlies that, you know, want to try something new. And obviously I would make a video about the other phases, but I think how cute would it be to make those videos while I'm in that phase, right? And I'm just going to tell you guys like what's happening on the inside. Obviously, you can look this up to fact check. You should always look shit up. So you have estrogen and progesterone. Those levels are increasing. And I think I read this already. No, I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Fuck. If the egg isn't fertilized, hormone levels decrease and the menstrual cycle starts again. Your body temperature actually increases about 1 degree Fahrenheit, and it stays high until menstruation. So maybe you've noticed that you're a little bit more on the warmer side. I don't know. Obviously, it could vary woman to woman. And heat tolerance is reduced. So if you notice like, yo, it's hot as fuck and you got an attitude even more during your luteal phase, yeah. And water retention is common prior. Oh yeah, I did say that part though. And it could affect changes to body mass and impact performance. So I'm not sure, but like you're like training and you don't know this, you may be like, yo, what the fuck, I thought I was losing weight. Or maybe your goal was to gain weight, and then after a period comes you lose the weight and you're like, what the fuck. Check what phase you're in, because that weight is probably not the most accurate weight. And one disadvantage I would do to myself is go to the doctor when I'm like in my luteal phase or my period. Like, I don't know why I would do that. And they're like, yeah, you need to lose weight. And I'm like, that's actually my weight plus like 5 pounds. Like, well, honestly, let's not even get to the you need to lose weight doctor situation right now. That's all my research that I took on the luteal phase. I will probably do like an updated luteal phase video that's more organized and not just me not showing my face and stuff. But until then, thanks for listening. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.